he just finally answered what happened. He literally just answered in the last couple of days. I don't know what this kid's name is, but he's on the YouTube, and he got a chance to interview him for Head and Shoulders.
To the field. This is what we've been doing all year long. This is what we've been doing during, we need to find a time to throw it into the boundary. And we had talked about this before the Indianapolis Colts game, okay? So I went to him on the sidelines. We discussed like, hey man, they're probably going to make this field goal or extra point, whatever it was. It's like, let's just throw it in right now. It happened to be at the exact same time.
Awesome.
Yes.
So what do you know?
I could tell by Pat's energy and the way that he came off the sideline.
Oh boys, today's video is one that you didn't know that you needed, but did need in your life. It's electric. It's majestic. It's a team of Pat McAfees versus a team of Troy Polomalus. As dudes, with this video, I think the channel has peaked. It's been a wild ride the last week. You guys may or may not know, I did have the opportunity to record an interview with Troy Polamalu, all thanks to Head and Shoulders. And in that interview, I did ask him the question that has never been addressed to him before. Why he had to go out and ruin Pat McAfee's life. Why he had to line up in the C-gap and ruin the potential biggest moment of Pat McAfee's career. Well, we got the answer. Pat McAfee reacted to it on his podcast. Today, only one thing can be done. Madden science has reached its peak as we are going to put a full team of Troy Polomalus up against a full team of Pat McAfee's. A chance for him to redeem himself and to take back what's his and to finally have a chance to end his NFL career with a positive note over Troy Polamalu. I think this is going to be so much fun, dudes. Hopefully you guys do enjoy, and if you do, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't, because if and only if we do hit 500k subscribers by the end of February, we are going to be doing a $1,000 cash giveaway to one of you guys. It's if and only if we do hit 500k by the end of February. We're literally like, I think, 8k away. We have 2 weeks to get this done, so make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. With that said, time to get in to today's masterpiece. And as always, first thing we do have to do is go over what the players overall is at each position on the football field. Now, if you guys are wondering, the overalls probably seem a little bit lower because I took the overalls from Pat McAfee's last Madden Ultimate Team card, and I took an Ultimate Team card from Troy Polamalu in the same year, in the same Madden. So when you take their overalls from the Ultimate Team card and create a character, their overalls are always a lot lower. So I apologize about that, but that's just how Madden is. So first, obviously, the team of Pat McAfee, he comes in at a 12 overall quarterback. He has 73 speed. You guys do notice every single player has these same exact ratings across the board. He'll have 73 speed at every single position. His throw power. What is Pat McAfee's throw power? I'm interested to see. 36 throw power, 34 throw accuracy short. I mean, I feel like he can get it done. It's Pat McAfee, man. At running back, he's also a 12 overall, the 6'1", 240-pound monster. He's a 12 overall wide receiver, 12 overall tight end, and I think at the end of the day, yeah, he's a 12 overall, literally every single position on the offensive side of the football. And is it the same thing on defense? Oh no, he's a 33 overall left end. Let's go, Pat. So he's going to be locked down today on defense. 33 on the right side, 25 overall defensive tackle, 26 overall left outside linebacker, 17 overall middle linebacker, 27 overall right outside linebacker, 25 overall cornerback. He's a 35 overall free safety, 34 overall strong safety. And this is where a lot of the people are going to scream at me. Once again, it's not my fault. Take it up with Madden Ultimate Team. When you take his overall, when you take his statistics from that Ultimate Team card that we did use and put it into a kicker and punter, he's only an 84 overall kicker and punter. I know that's like blasphemy. I don't know why Pat McAfee looks just like Adam Vinatieri here, but we're going to roll with it. But it's a little underwhelming, but still, the one advantage Pat McAfee does have, obviously, is special teams. If you guys are familiar with the channel Madden Scientific Experiments, you do know special teams end up being a huge part because the team of players like Troy Polamalu, bro, his punts and kicks are to go backwards. The Pat McAfee does have that one advantage today. Now, with that said, now time to go over Troy Polamalu, his team, as represented, obviously, by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Troy Polamalu at quarterback, same overall as Pat McAfee. So Pat McAfee, there you go. You and Troy Polamalu would have the same amount of effectiveness at the quarterback position, but keep in mind he has 94 speed, so that's going to be hard for Pat McAfee to track down defensively when he has like 74 speed. At running back, Troy's a 77. At fullback, he's a 65. At wide receiver, he's a 61. Tight end, he's a 59. And the offensive line, he's a 12 overall across the board. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Madden experiments and stuff like this, For some reason, the lowest overall it'll ever say is 12 overall, so when a player says 12 overall, it technically means there is 0 overall. Now, on the defensive side of things, this is, of course, is where Troy has the advantage a little bit over Pat, considering the fact that Troy Polamalu is one of the greatest defenders in the history of the NFL, and the other was a punter. At right end, he's an 87. D tackle, he's an 81. Linebacker core, he's a monster. 88 overall, 87 on the inside, 88 on the outside, 86 overall cornerback, and this is where things are a little weird. He's only a 90 overall free safety and a 90 overall strong safety. The Madden Ultimate Team cards are whack, but I think he should be a 99. But to make things even across the board, he uses the same ratings at every single position. He only comes in at 90 overall, the strong safety position. Kicker, 34 overall, and a punter, 34 overall. So can Pat McAfee, a team of Pat McAfees, go on and beat one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history? This is Pat McAfee's one chance at redemption. Can he get it done? I want you guys in the comment section below to let me know your predictions for today's actual Super Bowl. This is obviously much better than what Super Bowl 54 was. So we're going to give Pat the home field advantage. What is he going to come in as? He's a 62 overall. These team overalls are always completely messed up, so he might actually be a high overall team than what Troy Polamalu's team is. And he's going to come in at, on the flip side, Troy Polamalu's team of 57 overall. So according to Madden 20, a team of Pat McAfee's is a higher overall than a team of Troy Polamalu's. Let's go, Pat. We're going to play with 6-minute quarters, arcade mode, event type Super Bowl. Pat McAfee, all I got to say to you is good luck. You're going to need it. Guys, make sure to replace your current jock strap with one size smaller, because you guys need to lock in. Strap yourselves in even tighter, because this one's one of the biggest freaking doozies we've ever seen on the channel. As today's poetry, it's a redemption story. A chance for Pat McAfee to take back what's his. The biggest moment of his career. Look at him, dropping dimes already. A 17-yard laser, slicing up that Troy Polamalu secondary for a first down, but oh no, 3rd and 11. He is in field goal range though. Pat, get rid of the ball. Patrick! Oh my, he breaks the first sack, but he goes down. Pat's not used to playing quarterback. He was in field goal range, could have took a 3-0 lead, but unfortunately takes the sack. But you know what? This is what Pat does best. Booting this football. Boom! It's a moonshot all the way down at the 3-yard line, dudes. It's poetry. It's perfection. It's simply just the Pat McAfee show. But Troy Polamalu back up in his own end zone. Come on, Patrick. I believe in you. Oh, a deep shot. Look at him. Pat McAfee showing Troy Polamalu how he should play the safety position. Pat's locked down back there. Batting that ball down. Sets up for a punt from deep in Troy Polamalu's own end zone. And special teams. This is where Pat McAfee has the advantage in Troy. What is that? You need to take a few pointers there from Pat McAfee as that ball went between his teammate's leg, as that was just interesting. That gives Pat perfect field position. Don't screw it up, Pat. He finally finds himself. First down all the way down to the 4-yard line. He's 4 yards away from taking a lead against Troy Polamalu. 2nd down and 3. Pat, get rid of it. Patrick, what are you doing, man? You're so close. Now you're so far away. Now it's a 3rd down and 13. Patrick, we need you to ball out here. Well, I think we're all rooting for you here, but it's a 3rd down and 13 against Troy Polamalu. No chance, right? Oh my! It's electric! It is majestic! He actually goes up. One-handed grab against Troy Polamalu. There's no way that just happened. Take it in. Drink it in. Because you're never going to see anything like this ever again. A 16-yard bomb over Troy Polamalu as Pat McAfee with the extra point takes a 7-0 lead. Absolute mental scenes here in today's Super Bowl. More exciting than Super Bowl 54. Let's see how Pat can play here on defense though. Oh no. Oh no. That didn't last long. That's something that I say a lot. Oh my. Takes one play for Troy Polamalu to answer the touchdown in the previous drive. Literally just throw a little screen pass, one little juke move, and he just runs past Pat McAfee and gets into that end zone. But once again, dudes, the one advantage Pat does have is special teams. Troy Polamalu can't do it like Pat McAfee. Although he scored a touchdown, Pat retains the lead 7-0. to 6. Oh, and as Pat tries to convert this 3rd down and 21, I wanted to say, and I'm going to have a ton of questions in the comment section. For some reason, the game would only render so many players with long hair at once. So every single player has the same exact player model, and they're all supposed to have long hair, but for some reason, only like 3 or 4, maybe 5 of the players have long hair at a time. Some of the players will have long hair on some plays, and in other plays, they won't have long hair. So apparently, for some reason, the Steelers have a barber on the sideline at all times. So that's a little wild. I knew it was going to be asked in the comment section, so finally, I wanted to address it. But hey, man, even though Pat likes to hang on to the football for about 15 to 25 minutes at a time, he still has the lead, and there's only 4 minutes left to go in this 2nd quarter. So can Pat keep playing some lockdown defense? 1st down and 10? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So with that said, Troy Polamalu launches a ball down the field, 35 yards to himself, and the long-haired Troy Polamalu picks up the 1st down. Not the greatest of lockdown secondary coverage there from Pat McAfee. But hey, man, now he has him to a 3rd down and 8. We've seen today that Troy Polamalu cannot kick a field goal even if it was already inside the field goal post. 3rd down and 8, launches the ball. That's what I'm talking about, Pat. Lockdown, shutdown, coming back here. Pat McAfee's inner all-pro safety coming up big, knocking the ball loose. As that sets up for a 4th down and 8. Like I said, they don't kick field goals. They're going to go for it. Another one. Look at him. Pat McAfee, he's a natural. A natural safety, natural corner, you name it. Pat McAfee, lockdown. Troy Polamalu can't do anything. Look at it. That's art. That's artistic. And Pat McAfee's the artist today. As if you guys are looking to be a free safety in the NFL, you need to take notes here. Pat McAfee on 3rd down and 2. No. Still can't do anything. But you know what? There's now 1 minute left to go in the 1st half, and he still has the lead on his arch nemesis, Troy. As can he come up big again on defense, 2nd and 16, another launch down the field, and uh-oh, again. Troy Polamalu coming up big with the catch, but can Troy come up big once again, deep in his own territory? 2nd down and 10 here, a lot of time in the pocket for Troy Polamalu, enough time to run from the C gap, and oh God, Troy Polamalu breaking ankles. Poor Patrick, you were doing so well up to this point. Troy Polamalu takes off and makes Pat McAfee look like, you know, a punter. As he can't catch up, juked out of his shoes, as Troy Polamalu does take a lead. And first play now into the 2nd half. As, oh God! Oh no! Oh no! It's all going downhill. Pat was doing so good on the first play from scrimmage. In the 2nd half, a 71-yard touchdown pass from Troy Polamalu to himself. The long hair man breaks a tackle, takes it to the house. As Pat has got some work to do here. He literally has 1 yard of total offense up to this point. Now he's throwing picks. Patrick was doing so well in the 1st half, and here in the 2nd half, everything is going downhill like an avalanche down Mount Everest, man. The only acceptable explanation, he was down in shots at halftime. Straight tequila, no chaser. Only acceptable explanation. But can Pat come up big? Some solid defense here to get back in this ball game. Look at him! He's like a primetime Darrelle Revis out there. His first pick of the ball game. Patrick with a shining moment gets a pick on Troy Polamalu himself as he looks to get right back in this ball game. 3rd down and 6 though. I don't think he's got a 1st down since the touchdown in the 1st half. As Patrick, get rid of the ball, man! Oh no! Oh no, Patrick, you've got to do better. Hanging on to the ball too long, and why are you fist pumping? Why are you happy? He's happy because he got off the field and no longer has to get tackled by Troy Polamalu. 3rd down and 4. Come on, Patrick. Back of the end zone. Oh, that might be a GG. Troy Polamalu, picturesque, picture perfect touchdown. Drug his feet in the back of the end zone. It was a dot, an accurate dot at that. As now, it might be too much for Pat to come back from. 24-7. A lot of time in that pocket. 3rd down and 9. He's overthrowing himself. As he's 8 of 8, 50 yards, a touchdown and a pick up to this point. 24-7, 3rd down and 10. He's got to make the stop here if he wants to get back in this ball game. Oh man, so much time. Oh, another launch ball down the field. Patrick! Pat! What happened, man? It was doing so good. Now Troy Polamalu goes up and grabs everything that's thrown up his way. 31-yard reception as Troy continues to move. Oh no! Pat McAfee, if you're watching, look away. Look away and pretend none of this ever happened. As that was some ankles that did get broken. If you guys are easy to get queasy, look away. As, oh God, Patrick, that's got to hurt. As Troy now is running away with this. Now 30-7, 2nd down and 10. About to be the 4th quarter. Can Pat ever get to Troy? Oh God. What happened to the lockdown coverage, Pat? I think we all saw this coming, but we all had so much hope in the first half, and it's all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, things have gone crumbling down. But you know what? Might be 36-7, but for the brand, we gotta keep the faith. As yes, with the faith being kept, he overthrows, and this is Pat McAfee's specialty. It's not Troy Polamalu's specialty. Has a punt out of his own end zone once again, man. I honestly think a dead rabbit without limbs could punt the ball further than what Troy Polamalu has in today's video. First down and goal. Patrick has a chance to get a touchdown. He breaks the sack. It's electric, but that's not Pat. What happened? You've got to learn to get rid of the football after the first 25 minutes in the pocket. It's now a third down and goal. Can we see some magic happen? No. The worst executed halfback screen I've ever seen, but a field goal is converted, and Pat McAfee can now say he scored double digits on Troy Polamalu. Now, Troy Polamalu just taking the piss here, just punting the ball from Pat's 17-yard line, and you've got to be kidding me, Pat. You've got to keep your composure. He finally got to stop, and it's going to be roughing the punter. First down for Troy Polamalu. First and goal from the 9. It should be Pat's ball, and you know what's going to happen next. It's going to be a Troy Polamalu touchdown, as he has now put up 40 points against poor Pat McAfee. I mean, for Patrick's sake, maybe this video should have never happened, but it's something that the people didn't know they needed, but they did need in their life. As trying to salvage some kind of pride from this game, he ran into his own self at the running back position as he's trying to run play action that should have been an interception, as Pat isn't going to leave us without the opportunity to end the video by smiling as he attempts a field goal from the 42-yard line. Boom! You guys hear that? Was that a nuke? No! That's Pat McAfee's quadriceps, as the field goal is good from the 42-yard line. What does that do, like a 58-yard field goal? It's majestic. It's poetry. It was written in the stars. It just had to be. A long field goal from Pat to end off today's game, as thank God the clock hit 0, because if it didn't, Troy is probably going to put up 100 points. As what a valiant effort from Pat McAfee. I mean, who else can say they finished the game with net 0 yards against Troy Polamalu? At least he didn't finish in the negatives.